Hey guys, Red here, Section 8 guy. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We've got a lot of really cool stuff coming at you. Guys, I'm getting a lot of questions lately about how to scale, the speed at which to scale. Is it the right time for me to scale? Okay? Scaling your real estate portfolio is not always easy, right? There is a big difference between buying one rental property and getting it all set up. And there is a big difference between the pace and the system that's in place to buy one versus what kind of position you need to be in to buy multiple or buy properties faster and increase exponentially, okay? I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about that. We're getting to the point now where I have clients that have purchased one property, two property that are trying to grow quickly. You watching this video might have one property, two properties, maybe even three properties, and you're looking to jump from two properties to five, or three properties to six, or even five properties to 10 or 15, right? So this video is more towards jumping from multiple properties into multiple properties, right? When we talk about building a real estate portfolio, and those of you who have talked to me about it, you understand that it's buying one property at a time, right? It's a slow moving, meticulous process. We're making sure our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted to make sure we have everything in line. So as we continue to add properties to our portfolio, everything's set up the way that we want. When you scale, things move quicker, okay? A lot of times you're purchasing more than one property at a time. You're purchasing multi-unit properties if that's your goal, or you're purchasing, one single family rental unit a month, or one every 2 months, or you're speeding up the process in which you're acquiring. So if you have purchased a rental property before, you understand that there's a lot that goes into it, right? And you have to make sure that as you are moving forward, everything is done correctly, okay? I talk a lot about building a good foundation, right? We're only as strong as our foundation. And if we have a really strong foundation, you can build faster, right? Once that base is built, it's easier to grow on that good base, okay? Think about it as building a skyscraper. If our foundation is strong, we can continue to build up and up and up. If our foundation is poor, as soon as we get to a certain height, right? As soon as we get to a certain level of properties, our building is going to start to sway and it might fall over, okay? You could just be building on a big house of cards, which is not what we do here, okay? So let's talk about scaling, how to do it, and what it takes. So the first and most important part of scaling is you need a system in place that works, okay? You need to understand what you're doing, how to do it, and you gotta be good at it, right? You have to find good properties that have good yields, good returns, and you have to also have a system to where you understand what happens when, right? So you offer on the property, you understand from the minute you start doing your due diligence, you understand the process, right? So you understand step by step what it takes to purchase a property, okay? To onboard a property, right? To get a tenant in that unit. Once you understand the system and the process, you understand that process really, really well, you're in good shape. If you're running into issues somewhere in that process, okay, you're not ready to scale. You're ready to scale when that process and that system that you've created is smooth, okay? You have the right people in the right places, everybody's on the same page, which brings me to my next point. You need a good team. You need a good team that's reliable. You need a good team that understands your process, okay? Your system. They understand that when you close on a property that next day, your rehab is starting, right? Because when we're scaling, it's about efficiency. We want to make sure as we're adding properties, we're rehabbing them right away. We're getting marketing in there from our property management standpoint, and we're getting people in there to market the property, put the property online, start receiving tenant information, right? Applications. So the team needs to be on the same page as you when it comes to scaling. I'm very fortunate because the property management company that I work with is fantastic at being on board. They're ready to go. They treat my clients the same exact way, right? The clients that I have that are watching this video know, once we are done with our rehab, a conference call set up with our management company, you guys are on the phone with them talking about what the goals are, talking about what that monthly expected rent is. So they do a fantastic job with that. The contractors we use, right? My clients know the day we close, our contractor's there. He's getting all that work done, right? So it has to be a process. It has to be a process. The team has to be good, and everybody has to be on the same page, okay? Because all you're doing when you're scaling, guys, you're turning up the speed. That's all it is. The process remains the same. The system remains the same. It's just speeding it up. So think about anything, right? Anything you do has to be done at a speed you can do it. What I mean by that is, if you are going to take, if you're a chef in the kitchen, right, and you're cooking for one person, you can take your time, right? That system can be done slowly because you're only cooking for one. But if you're cooking for a full restaurant full of people, right, you have to do things quickly, but they still have to be done the right way. The system has to be in place. All the line chefs, right, are doing their thing. The sous chefs are doing their thing. Everything has to be done right. Everything has to be done, fluid, and everything has to be done correctly and still at a level that we want it done at, right? So when you're scaling, if the quality of work goes down goes to crap, it's going to affect us. That cannot happen. The system and the team has to be on the same page and understanding that as we're scaling, the quality of work is remaining the same, right? Because you might have one or two rental properties where the work is great, the management company did a great job, the contractor did a great job. All of a sudden, you're trying to add 5 properties and they're done in haste. They're not done very well. That's really going to affect you. You're not ready to scale. You need people that are good under pressure and that understand how to onboard properties at the same time. You need contractors that know how to work on multiple properties at the same time, okay? Or contractors that are quick, okay? So that's that. Lastly, when it comes to scaling, your finances have to be ready to go, okay? We're gonna do this in kind of 2 parts. So we'll talk finances first. When you're scaling, you're taking on a lot more properties at once. You have to have the finances to do it. If you bite off a bigger piece than you can chew, you're gonna be in trouble, okay? We're gonna have to be ready. I have my clients, we make sure, we talk about it in advance to make sure that the clients are ready to scale, right? You have sufficient cash behind you, even if you're financing a package, or you're using financing, you're using equity, you're using credit, however you're doing it, you have enough cash also, because you can watch these forums and you can watch YouTube videos all day long. And I tell my clients this all the time. You'll learn more in 2 or 3 weeks with me, in the first 2 to 3 weeks about real estate investing, than you'll learn in a year or 2 years watching videos, right? Because you're actually doing it, okay? You guys understand that financing and credit is great, but a lot of the other stuff, right? A lot of the ancillary stuff has to be paid for using cash, okay? Even if you buy a turnkey unit, we still need to put money in to make it rentable, right? We still need to put money in to get it Section 8 approved. We still need to put money in to make it attractive to a tenant, okay? So there's a lot of aspects of that. We need cash on hand, okay? So your finances have to be good to go when it comes to scaling. And you have to be ready. You have to have a nice nest egg ready to go. And then lastly, as you guys know who have done real estate investing before, there's always adversity, okay? Every purchase is different. Every single investment's different. Every rental property has its issues. Regardless if it's a new build, $10 million construction, or if it's a $35,000 purchase that we're getting ready for Section 8. Every rental property has its different issues. It has different things that you have to navigate. Every property is different, okay? So you have to be prepared for new adversity, for new issues, right? Think of the issues you might run into when you're onboarding one rental property. Now multiply that in a multiple of 5 or 3 or 4 or however many properties you're onboarding within a short span of time. So now if you're onboarding one property, you might run into one issue. Okay, you conquer it, but it takes you a week. Multiply that by 3 or 4, and now you get to handle them all at the same time, right? The longer you're sitting on property without having a tenant in it, the more money it's costing you, okay? So you have to understand how to take issues and navigate them all in a timely manner, understand what to do, how to move, which direction to go, which problems are major, which problems are minor, and who to assign those problems to, right? Now, that's something that obviously my clients, it's a little easier for them because they have me to help them with the onboarding, right? Help them with the scaling, help them with the responsibility of where we're kind of diversifying those problems and giving those problems, right? So it's a lot easier to scale because I've done it. Now, when you're scaling and you're new to this and you're doing this on your own, you have to understand that the management company and the contractor are huge when it comes to scaling, because a lot of the times those issues that come up, that adversity that comes up, you're going to be dishing those problems on the management company and the contractor. So they need to have experience with investors who have scaled also, right? So again, we're getting back to the system and the team, okay? Your system needs to be ready to scale. It needs to be in a position to scale, right? Financially, mentally, right? When it comes to adversity. But your team needs to be ready to scale. Their shoes have to be big enough to grow, right? You can't be scaling with a contractor that has 15 jobs a day and he's going from job to job, job to job to job. He's too busy for you. He's not going to be ready to scale, right? Your management company needs to be paying enough attention to you to make you a priority, right? So there's a lot of aspects of scaling, how to scale, the right way to scale, the wrong way to scale. I have clients, guys, all the time who call me and they're ready to scale, but they have 3 rental properties and 2 of them are a mess. And they say, hey, I want to scale. Okay, what do you have so far? Well, I have 3 rental properties or 4 rental properties. I need to evict a tenant in one unit. I'm about to lose my tenant because too much work needs to be done. I had a contractor that ran off on me. My management company's not calling me back. Okay. Well, guess what? You're not ready to scale, right? We need to go back, clean this whole thing up, clean it up. We need new people here. We need new people here. We're going to deal with this tenant here. We have to clean this thing up and get it ready to scale, okay? That is a huge, huge part of it. Now, like I talk to my clients about, if we build a really strong foundation at the beginning, as we grow, you're going to be ready to scale, okay? You're going to be in a position to scale when you're ready, instead of when you're finally ready to scale, going back and making sure your system's good. That doesn't work. You're working backwards, you're losing time, it's not efficient. When we scale, we're beginning with the end in mind, right? For some of you out there that know where that comes from, good for you, right? Who said that? Little bonus question. Who's the writer of that book? Begin with the end in mind, all right? It starts here. We're beginning our process, okay, with the end result in our minds. The end result is scaling. The end result is 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 rental properties. But when we start, we need to think about where we want to finish. So we build a good foundation, and that way as we're building, when you guys are ready, your system's ready, your process is ready, your team's ready, everything's ready for you. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching. Leave your questions and comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.